Hello, City Council and members of the public. I'm Jace Hockwalt, Senior Planner with the city's Community Development Department. The item I present today is the consideration of a request by Concord Plaza LLC to rezone approximately 1.48 acres from B1, or neighborhood business, to MU, or mixed use, located at 518 28 Road. Planning Commission heard this item at their December 8th, 2020 meeting and voted 5-0 in favor of recommending approval for the request.
This slide represents a zoomed-in vicinity map of the subject site, which is shaded and outlined in red in the middle of the screen. As you can see, the immediate vicinity of the site has a variety of uses, including single-family residential to the north and to the west, the Coloramo Credit Union to the south, and the Arbor Vista apartment complex to the east, which has an approximate density of 16.5 units per acre. This slide reflects an expanded vicinity map. The 1.48 acre property comprises 4 parcels located at the southeast corner of the 28 Road and Elm Avenue intersection. The site originally was platted within the Omega Business Park subdivision in 1981, which was a 10-lot subdivision spanning a total of 6 acres. The subject site was the first to develop within the Omega Business Park and was built out in 1982 with 2 office buildings, each containing 11,272 square feet, or a total of 22,544 square feet of office space, as well as a large parking lot area. The buildings continue to be utilized for office space. However, the applicant is proposing to convert these buildings for residential multifamily use. An administrative site plan review is concurrently being reviewed for the conversion of these buildings, which is referred to as City File Number SPN-2020-526. This slide reflects the Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map, which identifies the property as commercial. Zone districts that implement the commercial future land use category include RO, or residential office, B1, or neighborhood business, C1, which is light commercial, C2, which is general commercial, and MU, which is mixed use. As such, the proposal of MU by the applicant is supported by the future land use map. As shown in the map on the slide, the subject proposal is currently zoned B1, which refers to neighborhood business. Adjacent zoning to the north and west is R8. Adjacent zoning to the south is B1 and C1, and adjacent zoning to the east is B1 and R8. As previously indicated, the applicant is proposing to convert the existing office buildings to a multifamily apartment complex. While the B1 zone district does allow for multifamily uses, the density range must fall between 8 units and 16 units per acre. This would allow a range between 12 units and 23 units for the entire site if it remained as B1. While the total number of residential units has not been determined by the applicant team at this point, they do anticipate a total residential unit count near 30, which would not be allowed under the current zoning. The MU zone district has many similarities to the B1 zone district, but one of the key differences is the multifamily density requirement, which accommodates a range of density between 8 units to 24 units per acre. If the proposed rezone to MU is approved, the subject site could accommodate between 12 units and 35 units on the entire site. The primary purpose for the rezone request is to be able to increase the total residential units allowed on the site. Pursuant to Section 21.02.140 of the Grand Junction Zoning and Development Code, the city may rezone property if the proposed changes are consistent with the vision, goals, and policies of the comprehensive plan and must meet one or more of the rezone criteria. These criteria are listed on the slide with the criteria staff finds to be met in bold font. Criteria number 3 states that public and community facilities are adequate to serve the type and scope of land use proposed. The subject property is within an urbanized area of the city of Grand Junction, and the type and scope of land use allowed within the MU zone district is similar in character and extent to the existing land uses of nearby properties, which contain a mix of office, retail, multifamily, and residential uses. The subject site is currently served by City Water, Persigo Wastewater, and XL Energy for electricity and natural gas. Commercial and employment opportunities, such as retail, office, and restaurants, are found nearby to the south along North Avenue. The site is situated approximately 1 mile southwest of Fire Station Number 2 and within close proximity of multiple schools and parks. Additionally, multimodal access to the site is sufficient, with 28 Road having dedicated bike lanes and multiple Grand Valley Transit routes and stops within close proximity. Additionally, criteria number 5 states that the community or area as defined by the presiding body will derive benefits from the proposed amendment. The future land use designation of commercial permits a wide range of commercial development, with mixed use and residential developments being encouraged in some areas. The community and area will benefit from this proposed rezone request by allowing a variety of uses, inclusive of higher density and higher intensity multifamily residential uses, at a location east of the city center already well served by transportation infrastructure, utilities, and other community facilities. More details about the other criteria can be found within the staff report. Lastly, the rezone request is consistent with the vision, goals, and policies of the comprehensive plan, including Goal 1 Policy A, which states that the city and county land use decisions will be consistent with the future land use map. Goal 3 Policy B, which seeks to create opportunities to reduce the amount of trips generated for shopping and commuting and decrease vehicle miles traveled, thus increasing air quality. Goal 5 Policy B, which encourages mixed-use development and identification of locations for increased density. And lastly, Goal 6, which states that land use decisions will encourage preservation of existing buildings for their proposed reuse.
In conclusion, the following findings of fact have been made. First, the requested rezone is consistent with the goals and policies of the comprehensive plan. And second, one or more of the applicable review criteria in section 21.02.140A of the Grand Junction Zoning and Development Code have been met. As such, the Planning Commission has forwarded a recommendation of approval for the Concord Plaza rezone from a B1 zone district to an MU zone district, with the findings of fact listed in the staff report. This concludes my presentation, but I'd be happy to answer any questions the council or public may have at the scheduled date of the hearing. Thank you.